Yo, Big Kish back up in here, man. I just want to go over Stephen A. Smith. He just dropped a video on his take about the Shannon Sharp, Katt Williams interview. So I really want to see this brother's take on it because he's very knowledgeable about Shannon Sharp. That's his homeboy. Without further ado, let's get to it.
But I'm going to say this. You wanted me to comment about it? I'll comment about it. Before I say this, however, let me say, no matter what way you slice it, you have to give Shannon Sharp and his team major props. The views for the Katt Williams interview has exceeded over 34 million. 34 million, ladies and gentlemen. This broke the internet. And in one day, because of one interview that has spanned over the last few days, Club Shay Shay for Shannon Sharp has picked up over 600,000 subscribers.
That's right.
It's just big time.
I'm happy for him.
It's just big time.
For real.
So props to Shannon Sharp and his team on that point. Now, to get into the interview itself, let me say this. Before I say anything else, it's important to know I cringed through no fault of Shannon. I'm a huge fan of Katt Williams. This brother is a brilliant comedian. Mm-hmm. He's spectacular. He's box office, no doubt about it. And Katt Williams, he's one of the greatest comedians of all time. And he's always been incredibly nice to me on a couple of occasions that I've had the pleasure of meeting him. One time I was hanging out in his green room with him, for crying out loud. No, I was not smoking weed. I stayed off the weed. But
come on, Steve.
And I didn't see him do it, even though I'm sure if he did, he wasn't gonna be apologetic about it. That's his business, his dressing room, whatever. Always been cool with Katt Williams.
Cut the shit,
Don't know him that well, but mad respect for him and mad love for his talent.
Give it to us raw. Let's go.
Steve Harvey is a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Hart is a friend. Cedric the Entertainer, I don't know nearly as well as I know Steve Harvey and Kevin Hart, although I've interviewed them on quite a few occasions. But I got love for Cedric the Entertainer. And to hear what Katt Williams had to say about them made me cringe. Because when you got a comedian that elite coming at you, and he's funny as hell and doing it, but he ain't telling any jokes. He ain't bullshitting, and he's saying what he's saying.
Facts.
It's like, damn. It's an ouch moment.
Facts.
I don't know what truth or falsehoods there is. I don't cover comedy. I know that when it came to, what was he talking about? Some show involving Steve Harvey. When it comes to that, I do know that the Steve Harvey show, because I wrote it down here, was created by Winifred Hervey, not Steve Harvey, and it was directed by Stan Lathan. Winifred Harvey is best known for her work on the television series Golden Girls, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Martin, and Sister Sister. I do know that.
I got to look them up.
Outside of that, I don't know what truth or falsehood exists about anything or anybody. I don't cover comedy.
Hey, what y'all know about Martin?
All right? So I'm not in a position to say anything one way or the other. I'm just not. Having said all of that, that's not the reason I was willing to touch on this subject. I needed to touch on this subject, not just because the audience was asking me to, but I needed to touch on this subject once I saw this sound right here from Shannon Sharp himself on Nightcap, talking his Nightcap show with Chad Ochocinco, talking about his interview with Katt Williams. Listen to this.
While all you guys said was, Shannon, you needed a follow-up question with what? I said I didn't ask no follow-up question when said he didn't steal the joke.
Right.
That's not for me to decide. You decide. You decide who do you agree with. That's not my decision to make. That was it. I never said I was a journalist. I never professed to be a journalist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an entertainer. If you want hard-hitting questions,
Yeah.
60 Minutes is the platform from you.
Right.
Dateline, 48 Hours. Go to Lester Holt. Go to somebody that does that.
That is where my problem lied. Shannon Sharp did not tell a lie. Shannon Sharp is not a journalist. He's a Hall of Fame football player who's a 3-time Super Bowl champion, arguably the greatest tight end in football, and clearly one of them, who also happens to be an entertainer. He did not tell a lie. But Shannon Sharp cut himself short.
That nigga encyclopedia.
Shannon Sharp is a voice.
An NFL encyclopedia.
He's Unc. He's conscientious. He's thoughtful. I'm telling you the Shannon Sharp I've come to know. I've known him for years. But I ain't really know him. I love this brother. I love who he is. I got a hell of a lot of respect for him. And he's kicking ass. Got the #1 podcast on Apple in sports podcast. Got #3 overall podcast for Apple. He doing his damn thing.
That's what I like.
And this brother's going to continue to be a star in this business for years to come. Remember, you're talking to the dude who went and got him. I went and got him because I knew what he'd bring. Yes, First Take on ESPN, #1 morning show. Been #1 for 12 years. And on a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, when Shannon ain't there, we still winning. We #1. But it ain't like we winning on Monday and Tuesdays. And I love every single contributor on my show. It's very, very few people on the planet Earth that can look at a show and have more than 10, 11, 12 contributors, and every single thing I've asked them to do, they've all come through. Love my brothers, Ryan Clark, Swagoo, Dan Orlovsky, Mad Dog Russo, Bart Scott, Kendrick Perkins, Jay Williams, Chris Canty, let me not forget him, a new addition to the show. Harry Douglas doing a great job for us when he shows up. Kimberly Martin, Monica McNutt, Mina Kimes, and of course, great Molly Kiram, the matriarch of the show. Everybody has done an outstanding job. Shannon's been off the charts. Shannon's been off the charts. And I knew how this industry would be. How they would go and try to blackball his ass. When he was let go by FS1. And make no mistake, that's what happened. That's his business to tell. But he was pushed out. And I wasn't going to let that happen. I remember when I got pushed out in 2009. I wasn't going to let that happen to this brother. Because he's too gifted, he's too talented. He's too significant to our community.
Right.
That's why I'm bringing all of this up. It's not about me. This is his day. He's the one that got the Katt Williams interview. He's the one that sat down and talked to him. He did all of that. He's the one that got 34 million plus people looking at this interview, broke the damn internet. It's going to get larger, by the way. I think they're going to reach about 50 million. It's one of, if not, at the end, I believe at the end of it all, it will be, in terms of strictly numbers, the most significant podcast episode in history. It'll eclipse what Joe Rogan once did. It will eclipse what others have done. Because Katt Williams turned it out. Shit, he talked for 30 minutes before Shannon asked the question. He came there to say what he said. And to agree or disagree, that's for all of them to handle. Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, Cedric the Entertainer, Ricky Smiley, Mark Curry, Tiffany Haddish, whoever else he talked about, that's for them. Tyler Perry, that's for them to handle. Because I don't know those facts. I don't cover that. And I've never, ever had a conversation with any of them about Katt Williams or vice versa. Ain't my place. But what I can speak to is Shannon limiting himself to being just an entertainer. He is not. He's more than that.
Right.
He's a voice. And when he called himself an entertainer, that took me aback. Because I know he's not. This brother knows football inside and out. He teaches me football every day. Just listen to him talking. Just so he knows it backwards and forwards. But he's a conscientious brother who cares about a lot of different issues. And when he speaks on it, he attacks it with fervor and vigor. He is to be respected and appreciated in ways that most people, quite frankly, haven't done enough of. And so my only words to him is that, nah, bro, you a voice.
That's right, y'all. Y'all check out the whole Stephen A. Smith breakdown. But in defense of what he just said when he was let go, you know what I'm saying? What people mean for you for evil, you know, God can mean for good. So the people let him go, and, you know, he start flourishing. You know what I'm saying? He start doing big things, and I'm proud of that brother, man. I'm happy for him, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy for anybody that's doing well, but yeah, I'm happy he got those numbers like that. Yeah, I'm happy for that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Shannon Sharp, y'all. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all feel like. Y'all think Stephen A was standing on business? Or he need to stop it. What y'all think? Y'all write in the comment section. Big Kish signing out. I'm gone.